the general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I hope you're doing well. And this will probably be, I'll try and get it in under 20 if I can. Eight of Pentacles, central issue. Central issue, Eight of Pentacles. Okay. You're busy working, nose to grindstone, Pisces. Juggling. Right, you could be multitasking, making decisions, prioritising. What's the most important thing to focus on at the moment? Knight of Wands. Yeah, you could have a few things going on, Pisces, a few different projects, a few different things, and you could be in the process of deciding what to do, you know, what's the most important thing here. Magician, manifesting. Recent past, Emperor energy. So Pisces, perhaps recent you kind of sort of bossed up a bit, and now you're working, but you could be deciding what, as I said, what's the most important thing to be doing, perhaps even just this week. Juggling, multitasking, maybe you're juggling finances. You could be looking at what you're doing to streams of income here. Devil, energy, outcome. Yeah, so well, okay, maybe you're just thinking more outside the box, more creatively here, Knight of Wands, or coming up with some good ideas. You bossed up, you might have left something, changed something, seeing the bigger picture. Maybe what you were doing or have been doing hasn't really been serving you, or hasn't been bringing enough income, and so you're looking at that. Or there's going to be a change in your finances, and you have to make a decision over what to prioritise first. How to do, maybe you need to drop something, maybe there's something you don't need to do anymore, maybe it's a job you've been doing or something that you don't need to do anymore, and that's taken you a while to get to that point of leaving something, to start something new, the Knight of Wands, to have, you know, another, you know, something that, you know, maybe it's more creative, that, you know, makes you feel a bit more inspired. Maybe you're doing something that wasn't really bringing you much sort of joy, and so perhaps now you're kind of bossing up, manifesting new things, doing new things, and maybe you're just not quite sure, Knight of Wands, what those new things are, but you're looking for something different to do. Even changing location, or something in your, something changing here, the world, seeing a bigger picture, changes happening for you at the moment that will bring you, more financial reward, and that could be just good for you, so that you could be in a, you know, financially in a good place, so that there's something that you can drop, you don't need to do, because you're, you know, there's stability here, there's, you know, you're financially sound, and so there's something you don't, you know, you can actually leave in order to do something different. But that's been giving you, well, someone's been thinking about you, Pisces, and it's been giving them a little bit of maybe anxiety. Maybe you had an argument, or maybe you've fallen out with somebody, or there's been, or the changes that are going on might have brought you, you know, to a place where you've had to take some time out, for Swords, take some time out, reevaluate things, think things through, for Swords, air energy, mental energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, you could be dealing with someone, you know, an air sign, or, you know, because these things are changing, because perhaps you're leaving something behind and starting something new, or looking for something new, or a new venture. You know, that could have been something that's been just making you feel like you need to take a step back and analyse things and think things through before taking action, Knight of Wands. You know, before these, you know, you start manifesting the things you want. Or someone could be worrying about you, Pisces, concerned about you at the moment, because maybe you've been, on the down low, maybe you've been just keeping yourself to yourself a bit, and that could cause concern. Others might be concerned about your sort of lack of appearance, that you have maybe not been as visible lately than you usually are, because Pisces, you're, a community builder and a, very compassionate person. You often have many, many friends, and know, a lot of people, and possibly even help a lot of people. And so maybe what changes are happening is giving you a little bit of, you've had to take a little bit of time out to perhaps reevaluate. And with the Nine of Swords here, you might be unnecessarily worrying. This isn't your hopes and fears sector, so you could be overly worried about something here. This could be linked to your career, this could be linked to partnerships, toxic habits outcome. I wonder if you have been dropping some rather toxic habits, or trying to, and it's something that you fear falling back into. Now, the devil can be substance abuse, it can be, addictive behaviours, unhealthy, patterns, Capricorn energy. And I wonder, if you have been sort of changing things, doing things, taking more care of your health as well, and you might be having concerns about, say for example, you've given up smoking, or you just, you don't want to drink anymore. You're not, you've noticed, the ill effects it has on your health, and you're concerned about still being able to maintain that, that healthier lifestyle, and you might have a concern about slipping back into, if you give up alcohol, for example, you might be asking yourself, will I be able to maintain this healthier practice, or am I going to slip back into it? Having a little bit of a lack of confidence in your ability to have willpower here. Maybe you've been asking to have more willpower, and asking Spirit to sort of help you give up something that isn't really good for you or for your highest good. Because it's like you're bossing up to these things, and it could be addictions, Pisces. Pisces, you're, the illusionist and the dreamer, and it's not uncommon for Pisces sun sign personalities to find escapism, through substance abuse. That's not to say all Pisces are, substance abusers and lushes, but it's to say that you can often fall into that sort of behaviour where you want to numb yourself, your sensitivity, through the use of alcohol, through the use of substance, or just even toxic behaviours that aren't good for you, or even over exercising, overdoing something, to help you sort of sometimes just block out, just to sort of numb yourself a little bit. And it seems like you're being advised that you can do this. And if there are things you're trying to stop doing or give up, or be strong about maintaining healthier behaviours, this is going to help you manifest better things. This is going to help you possibly be more active, proactive in the projects or the things that you want to do. And these could be new things. This could be just your creative energy coming to the fore, and you might be wanting to do sort of something really creative that perhaps you haven't done, and you've put it on hold, and you're thinking, oh, I could do this now, but also I have to be aware that if I'm going to do this now, which is a healthier thing than say drinking, or a healthier thing than say smoking, or whatever, or drowning out, trying to block out your sensibilities, and that kind of thing, you you can do it, and it's like you're bossing up to it and saying, yes, I can do it. I have to drop something to Pentacles, and in order for me to be able to get into the things that are healthier habits and better for me. And this could be a new thing. You could be picking up a musical instrument for the first time, or you could be trying out something like painting, or sculpture, or something that's going to make you feel much more that the time is better spent. It's like you know what you want to do to utilise your time better, and it does include possibly dropping some things that aren't that good for you. And not to worry so much, even though it might be feeling like a struggle. But that's a struggle for you to have more, perhaps, willpower. And once you can beat the devil, as it were, once you can overcome the things that aren't good for you, that's going to lead you into sort of much better place, a much better energy, a much more creative place. Ten of Pentacles is, is at the bottom of the deck, so that you can get wish fulfillment. Maybe there's something you're aiming to and aspiring to achieve that will create a much better balance in your life, that will come through, changing things and doing something differently. And it could be some whole new thing that you want to start that will end up bringing you a degree of success that you don't see, and you're not maybe even aiming for that, but it kind of will happen anyway. And as long as you get a handle on whichever habits or on things, unhealthy things, people, places, things, as long as you can get a handle on that, which you will do, because you're in a place where you can, maybe you're in a stable enough place where you can do this, you're strong enough to do that. Queen of Autumn. So yeah, and be practical, with the steps you take to proceed. You have the ability to make anything more beautiful. You have the soul of a poet, and you might be about to meet someone who can help your dreams come true. Someone who's stylish, gracious, practical, generous. You might know this person already, who might be mentoring you or helping you or encouraging you to do things differently, and maybe a supporter of you getting out of some sort of toxic behaviours, because good news is on the way, and these good choices that you're going to be making, you are making at the moment, could well bring you success and public recognition. And this could be you're just going through a bit of a struggle, Pisces, that when you come out the other side of this renewal, reviewing the past, which is maybe what you have been doing here with the Four of Swords, and being more in the present, so that you can plan this bright new future, with this creative energy that you've got, with the Magician manifesting it, with the the future, the brand new future, the stability and the contentment and the things that you want. Three of Cups under that, which is celebration. So and perhaps you are more understanding of your life purpose. Perhaps this is it, and you're now in a place where you're understanding your life purpose. You need to cut out things that aren't good for you, for you to make the most of that, and perhaps to release judgments of yourself and others as well. And that's something that could also be a toxic behaviour, Pisces, that you might have been sort of a bit judgmental, and that hasn't really sort of served you anything at all, and so therefore you're gonna maybe look at that. Maybe you're gonna look about how you talk about people, or what you say about people when you don't understand, for example, and it could be a bit of having to stop that sort of way of being, And also any dishonest associations, you know, you need to walk away from. You know, what you thought you wanted might not be what you want. What you thought you wanted isn't always the best choice for your happiness. Maybe you're looking at something and saying it's not really worth the effort. So what I thought I wanted, I really don't want anymore. And this could be related to toxic habits that you have had or are releasing. And to the High Priestess. So trusting your intuition more. And you, Pisces, you have incredibly strong intuition naturally. Or anyone with strong Pisces placements. So, you know, careful reflection, yes, before taking action, Four of Swords, careful reflection. Perhaps you've been doing that before taking action, Knight of Wands, Magician. Manifesting. So, meditation, you'll find the insights through meditation, and that could be something else that you might be wanting to learn about or practice more or benefit from. Yeah. So, yeah. Princess Spring. Yeah. Self-confident. You need to get it back into your confidence. You know, your charming self. And be passionate about the things you're doing. You might be feeling restless because you're in between things here and you're moving out from something into something else much more positive and much more constructive, and that you are much more passionate about. Knight of Wands. Now, there is a challenge, and you can, and it could be this giving up toxic behaviours. This challenge you can successfully manage, and there could be a new relationship coming in for you. But do take action. Do take action when you feel you have got to the point where you know you're ready to do so. Yeah, and you might have not been paying enough attention to your intuition by not seeing things clearly, and also running away from the truth, which has put you in a Nine of Swords. Perhaps also not facing your demons, putting that on hold, and perhaps you are doing that and being more honest with yourself, instead of running away from things. Yeah, so you have retreat and recharge. You might still be in this energy when you feel a bit like still a little bit more of a need to retreat more, or working that into your busy life, how to be able to have enough time for yourself to retreat and recharge, and that could help balance you, and also to see beyond the current situation that you could be in. In other words, if you are in a place where you're giving up things, cutting out things that aren't good for you, and it feels very difficult, try and see beyond that and focus more on the things you're going to be doing when you come out of the other side of it. And this can also be toxic people. It doesn't have to be your own personal addictions. It's just that I often, I understand Pisces in the escapist, your escape, tendency to choose a sort of escapist behaviour sometimes when things overwhelm you. So set your sights higher. Set intention, Magician, Knight of Wands, and create. So that's the next phase here, Pisces. Once you've come out of this, needing to retreat, recharge, and perhaps go within and spend some time reflecting and understanding how to make these changes. Set your sights higher. Maybe go out stargazing. Maybe spend an evening looking at the stars and looking at the universe and realizing, seeing the expanse of the universe and possibilities. Go and do something that makes you feel, you know, that you're quite capable of coming through this into, you know, a better place. Yeah, and there we are, a starry card, stargazing, talking of stargazing. Yeah, I witness the darkness, I call on the light. With my prayer, thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So there is fear, there is some fear-based thing, and I think it's your confidence. You're not seeing your way through a situation, and you know, perhaps you don't think you can achieve what you need to achieve because you might be going through something where you're doing some purging, some, you know, changing things, and it feels like a struggle. But you know, call on the light and thank the universe for guiding you, because you've been guided at this moment. Yeah, and you've got Raphael, so Archangel Raphael, who's helping you heal any physical challenges within yourself and others. You are a healer like me, so yeah, bear that in mind. You are being supported and helped through this, and if you've been a bit off colour or you know, under the weather, condolences. And you know, I can see you're turning a corner if that's the case here, or worried about things, or family members, or you know, there has been worry here. You are a light worker. God needs you to share your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants in Riel. So that could be where you sort of lost track of that recently. Maybe you have also had recent epiphanies about your abilities and what you're capable of achieving as a light worker, and perhaps also to have had to reboot, recharge. You know, spend time away from, you know, too much activity. Doing a little bit of self-healing that you've had to do, maybe be a bit quiet and a bit withdrawn in order to do that. Other things that, you know, might have come up for you that you've seen that need healing, things within yourself, how you perhaps interact with people as well, and how you might have been judgmental, you know, having had a bit of a judgmental attitude. Yeah, go ahead and make a romantic gesture. Be advised to do here, Pisces, and that could be something that you're not doing. You know, express your love to people, your family, friends. You know, people who you love. You know, don't be afraid of expressing that. Yeah, and red flags. So pay attention. Any red flags, they are cautioning you. You know, if you're not sure about something, if you're about to do something you're not sure, you get that not sure feeling, and it's best not to do it. Or whatever, and make the effort. So, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So maybe you need to make a bit more effort in your romantic life as well. And you could have not been doing that because you might have been a bit bogged down by worries, changes, bettering yourself here, you know, focusing on yourself quite a lot, where, you know, needed change can feel scary, you know, when you're on that sort of perimeter, because you're not altogether sure what's ahead of you. But just trust in the universe. Dance of life, yeah, do something to change your energy. And that could be something you're looking at doing because you need to, after, if you've been giving up some things or stopping, you know, changing the way you interact, or changing anything in your life that is holding you back, you know, then change your energy, and that could be through music, that could be through dance. Yeah, because you're becoming increasingly sensitive. So avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations and chemicals. Anything that feels abrasive, Pisces, you're very sensitive. I have Pisces moon, so I really empathise You're very, very sensitive. You need to not let, you know, anything that sort of feels abrasive and isn't you know, makes you bristle. Try and avoid that. Environments as well, and that's something that you might have also been recently cutting out. You know, situations, people, places, things, chemicals. Perhaps you need to go more green, more eco. Look at the chemicals, if what sort of chemicals and substances you use in your home, for example. You know, anything that just feels harsh, you know, it's not going to help you. You do you. Yeah, and stop trying to change people. That shit never works. So, yeah. I don't know if we cut out there, but yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, and some good shit's about to happen, so don't let your issues fuck it up. And you could be working through some issues here, Pisces, that, you know, you need to sort of get a handle on, and you are, because you're bossing up, because you have the Emperor here. So, you know, everything's looking nice. I mean, if you're going through a bit of a struggle at the moment, you'll be all right. You'll get through. And also, don't forget to ask your friends, you know, for help and support if that's what you're needing. You might not be the type always to go and ask for help from others, because you're often the one giving the help. So don't be afraid to ask your friends for help and support as well. And that's all I've got for you, Pisces. I'm sending you lots of love and wishing you all the best. Until next time, bye.